Well, thank you very much for letting me join you today for lunch. And I want to tell you a little bit more about me because there's some things Brian left out. So I grew up here in Portland. I went to Roosevelt High School in North Portland. And then upon graduating from high school, I went to college. Saved my parents thousands of dollars in tuition by dropping out and joining a rock band. So I was a lead guitar player and musician for several years and wanted to be the next Carlos Santana. When that didn't work out as I had hoped, I went back to school at Portland State and finished up with a degree in psychology and then later a master's degree in public administration. After graduating from college, I joined the Boys and Girls Clubs of Portland as a counselor and worked at the Lentz Boys and Girls Club. It's now the Waddles Club in Southeast Portland, counselor, program manager, and then the director of the club for 5.5 years. I made a change in careers in 1989, as Brian said, and joined the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office as a deputy sheriff and loved public safety and really felt like I had found my calling and the right place for me to serve our community. So after 27.5 years in law enforcement, I still love it. I still love putting on a uniform and working in public safety, serving this community. I do have 3 lovely daughters. My wife and I are very proud of our girls. One's at the U of O, one just graduated college from Occidental and is looking for work. And then our oldest daughter graduated college, is gainfully employed and living on her own, so there's hope for the other 2. So I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about public safety in our community and then open it up for your questions so that we make sure that there's time for you to have me answer any public safety concerns that you may have. I think I'd like to start by talking a little bit about the sheriff's office and the role of an elected sheriff, because not everybody is as familiar with the sheriff's office as maybe people in East Portland or East Multnomah County, where public safety is primarily provided by the sheriff's office. So we're a very large organization, much like the Portland Police Bureau. There's 802 employees at the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. We do about 5 different things for our community. We do provide public safety services. So we have deputy sheriffs who provide the 911 type response that you're familiar with police officers to unincorporated Multnomah County, so places like Sobeys Island and Dunthorpe and parts of Skyline in the west side of Portland. But then on the east side, all of that area, all the way out to Bonneville Dam is Multnomah County. This time of year, we get about 3 million visitors to our beautiful scenic gorge. We're providing public safety services to those folks. And then contract cities like Troutdale, Fairview, Wood Village, and Maywood Park. So we have a vibrant and growing law enforcement responsibility. We run the 2 largest jails in the state of Oregon. So about 65% of our organization is devoted to corrections. We've got 2 large jail facilities, the Justice Center downtown, and then Inverness Jail in Northeast Portland. And I'll talk a little bit about jailing in a minute, but it's changing, and the capacity of our jail system has dropped dramatically during my time in law enforcement. So 15 or 20 years ago, we had a capacity of over 2,000 beds. Currently, we have a capacity of about 1,192 beds. So as the population of Multnomah County has grown by a couple 100,000 people over that 20 years, the size of our jail system has dropped dramatically. And I can explain that in a minute, a little bit about that. We also provide search and rescue. So you got all those visitors that go out to the gorge. Some of them get lost. And we're the first responders to that. And we couldn't do it without volunteers. A lot of them are youth volunteers. So we connect really closely with like Cleveland High School. And we get kids that are really interested in public service, maybe public safety, but they want to commit themselves to helping our community. And search and rescue is such a great place. So we've got a dedicated team that when someone gets lost or injured in the gorge, we've got those first responders to get out there. We also have, as you can see today, beautiful waterways here in Portland, 110 miles of waterways in Multnomah County, Willamette and Columbia. We provide the river patrol services that keep people safe out on our waterways and respond to issues like transient boaters or boating under the influence of intoxicants, or sometimes tragically when people have accidents, and we're going to respond to those situations. And then finally, our last mission is civil process. And some of you as business owners may be familiar when you've asked the court to carry out a civil process. The sheriff's office is the way the court enforces that order. So whether it's some sort of restraining order where you have a domestic violence situation, or you've got a business notice or an eviction or something like that, we're the folks that have to go out and be the first responders on those situations as well.